But my biggest takeaway is that the bathroom at Mar-a-Lago is giving me serious Taj vibes.
Did it make you want to gamble when you saw it?
Makes me want to go up and down the escalators at the Trump Plaza.
Oh. Howdy, it's Monday, June 12th, 2023, and this is episode 204 of Due for a Win, the Atlantic City podcast. I'm Kyle Askin, joined as always by Craig Stone. What's good, Craig?
Bridger Across America is what's good. Matt Bridger, search it on YouTube, flew into Newark, drove to Atlantic City, and has started his cross-country journey in Atlantic City with 3 nights at Caesars. So I'm assuming if you've listened to this show long enough, you've heard me talk about Matt Bridger, my favorite Vegas vlogger. And I was really looking forward to this. So he's got 2 episodes out right now you can go listen to or watch on YouTube. He's coming your way, Kyle. He's going to go up to Mohegan Sun and then to Seneca, Niagara, and then coming back down south to MGM National Harbor.
That doesn't seem like the way to do it.
It does not seem like the way to do it. So the night of June 14th, he'll be at National Harbor before going out west.
By the way, speaking of driving up northeast, I'm sure it's going to be very pleasant to drive. Hopefully it doesn't impact going to AC too much, but the fact that 95 collapsed in Philadelphia, it's going to be great, I'm sure, for traffic around there for the next year.
You're off 95 before that.
You're off 95 before then, but I wonder if it bleeds over.
Yeah, I'm never even on 95 at that point because I'm off for the turnpike. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be bad.
Not going to be great. Yeah, Matt Bridger. Should I watch one of them? Should I?
I don't know if it's really your thing. It is very slot heavy.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he shows some AC stuff, which is good.
Not even like really that much about AC. It's mostly about some slot machine that he's at.
There's some AC at the start and at the end usually. The other place he's going after MGM National Harbor, Rocky Gap.
Ooh, love it.
Have you been?
To the casino? No. To the state park? Yes.
I've also been to Rocky Gap State Park. I think I was 15 or something.
Yeah,
but
no, I've been camping there, but not to the casino.
Anyways, we never got a better name for Always Once Never.
All right, Always Once Never.
I was trying to figure out something with throw it in the ocean or
yeet it in the ocean.
Yeet, or things that rhymed with yeet. Nothing good rhymes with yeet for the other 2 things.
Dave Chappelle disagrees. Anyway,
yeah, the F can be skeet.
But what?
Meat, skeet, yeet. I don't know. Anyways. Oh boy. So Always Once Never. We had some appreciation from listeners about the word yeet being in the title.
I saw Justin commented about that. So
thanks to you for bringing that into the Due for a Win lexicon.
Yeah, Justin W. That is. There's too many Justins.
There's several.
Yeah.
So this category for this week, I didn't want to just keep going down the casino list. I feel like we couldn't do 3 weeks in a row. 3 episodes in a row of casinos.
No, I think this is good. Did you just? I haven't even looked at this yet. Did you add this later in the afternoon today, or
no,
did I just
been in there?
I just glossed right over it when I was looking at the agenda.
Probably.
Yeah.
So what I have for you is non-casino attractions, I guess. We'll call them retail dining areas, zones, whatever you want to call them. The 3 things are The Walk, Tanger Outlets, the Orange Loop, and Gardner's Basin.
Okay, so let's go through them one by one. The Walk, I think, is very important for Atlantic City. It hasn't been the healthiest the last few years, but it seems like it's still at reasonably high occupancy. It still probably brings in far more people to the city than the other 2. So those are my kind of quick thoughts on The Walk. For me, it doesn't do that much, even though I did buy some awesome orange shoes on it, last time we were there.
I thought we decided that we're going to be just sneaker flippers now, and we're not even going to gamble. We're just going to go straight to the Adidas.
I could have just made $100 profit on those, it turns out, but instead I wore them like a sucker.
I do appreciate that when you sent me the listings, you actually sent me the sold listings on eBay.
I am someone who knows how to use eBay. I'm not an idiot, so.
And I have a friend who sells comic books, and he always sends me the I got this comic book. It's selling for $250. I'm like, it's not selling for $250. Right. It is on sale for $250.
Those shoes were legitimately selling for whatever $100 or whatever they were, and I bought them for $26. So
that's
The Walk. Orange Loop. Orange Loop is something that always has a lot of hype. Has it lived up to it? I think it's a cool place to be. I think people who know think it's a cool place to be. People who come and visit the casinos and don't live in Atlantic City, do they really care? Probably not that much, I think, for the most part. I think that's safe to say.
Are we including Irish Pub as part of the Orange Loop?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we can. It's in the general vicinity.
So quick rundown on Orange Loop. Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall.
Yep.
Rhythm and Spirits. Bar 32, which is like the chocolate and cocktail place.
The Cardinal.
Cuzzy's Pizza. Yes, Cardinal, new place replacing Bore.
Yeah.
Irish Pub and Heyday Coffee.
Yep.
This is a decent amount of stuff.
It's a decent amount of stuff. But like I said, I think for locals, I think it's great. It's not bringing people into the city, though. You know, it's a nice thing to have that's already there. I think the walk is bringing more people into the city, right?
Sure, I agree with that.
And same thing with Gardner's Basin. So Gardner's Basin, by all accounts, seems like a nice place to live. If I were to live in Atlantic City, I would almost certainly live in Gardner's Basin, I would think. There's not that much there, like in terms of commercial. Like there's the aquarium and like 3 restaurants.
What is it? Gilchrist? Back Bay?
Back Bay. Is that it? Or is there one more?
Well, there used to be the little like artist village.
Right.
There used to be, I think, the Fish Heads, sort of like,
yeah.
I don't know if you'd call it a food truck, but that
was
got closed.
Shut down. Right. So it's just 2.
So there's not a lot there. This is a tough one.
Yeah. What I care about is like totally different than what I actually think is good for the city.
Right. I mean, I'm a person who really likes going to the outlets.
Right. You love the outlets, right? You haven't in recent trips, but certainly the first 10 times I feel like you went to Atlantic City, you did go to the outlets every time.
Yeah, I would even wander out there. Like if we were there, like you and me and one other person, I would just run out.
You'd leave the group because you had to go to the outlets. Yeah.
I had to go to the cost and look at $80 polo shirts that were maybe on sale for $65 instead of $80. It's tough. I mean, I agree. The walk feels really, really necessary for a lot of reasons, like bringing people into the city, giving that sort of retail district, having something that's off the boardwalk that's large in that way.
Right.
I also feel like Orange Loop is this incredibly important proof of concept that like smaller scale development near the boardwalk can succeed. And so, you know, people like Mark Colazzo, who's investing in these restaurants like Rhythm and Spirits and Cuzzy's Pizza and also the Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall, which the fact that those things are succeeding and maybe not even really drawing a ton of people who are just going there for the casinos, but still enough to survive and seemingly do pretty well. Like, I think that's a really big deal for Atlantic City because so much of the development of Atlantic City from the late 1970s until 2000 and, I don't know, 18 or whenever this stuff started opening up was entirely reliant on large casino development. The future of Atlantic City relies on this sort of like grassroots development rather than like huge stuff, right? So I think it's really important, and I don't think you can say get rid of it. But then like Gardner's Basin, to like throw Gardner's Basin into the ocean, even though it's pretty limited at this point, that just seems insane, right? Like it's Gardner's Basin. It's one of the nicest areas of Atlantic City, and it's got Gilchrist, which we go to pretty consistently on our trips. So yeah.
Even though you are a noted Gilchrist hater, that Gilchrist hater, prefer the Tropicana location.
I do. I mean, the food at all of them is good. I just think that one's a little bit dirty.
You're an idiot.
That's
fine. For me, I think it's a no-brainer. I think Gardner's Basin's going into the ocean.
Wow. Okay.
Straight into the ocean.
I agree. I think between these three, I think it has to go in the ocean. But I think
there's no alternative, really. I mean, for me, like, you know, I would personally prefer the walk go in the ocean, but that would be crazy. I don't think you can do that.
Especially now that Dave & Buster's is coming, like, you just can't do it.
Frankly, like, we didn't even talk about probably the single most important tenant in the walk, which is Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, good point. I don't know. You could argue that Bass Pro Shops is separate, because it came along so much later, but it is right there.
It's
in that
like
same
right
district,
there, yeah.
And it also has, you know, it's got Wingcraft, it's got an Applebee's.
I don't know. Okay, so here's how it is for me. Like, if it was how I would rate things, if I only cared about myself, it'd be Orange Loop always, Gardner's Basin once more, the walk never again. But if it's like actually what Atlantic City needs, it's obviously, I think it has to be the walk every time, Orange Loop once more, and Gardner's Basin into the ocean.
I think the marriage thing, I think the always thing can be purely our preference. So which one are you going to always?
I mean, of course it would be Orange Loop.
Yeah, I'm still taking Orange Loop. I really like the outlets, but like the thing that I think about when I think about going to Atlantic City, non-casino, is not going and looking at shoes at the Adidas outlet, as fun as that is. It's going to Irish Pub or Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall or Rhythm and Spirits. Like going to one of these places and just like popping over and grabbing a drink.
You're losing Wingcraft, though. Never be able to go again.
That's true. I haven't been probably in 6 or 7 years, so I don't know. Are we losing Ton Tavern? Does that count?
No, that's like the convention center. I think that can stay. But Wingcraft is gone.
Ton Tavern every trip for me now.
Every trip.
You know how much I love it.
Wasn't bad.
So I'm saying Orange Loop always.
Mm-hmm.
The Walk once more, but not eating it into the ocean.
Yeah.
And then Gardner's Basin into the ocean.
I mean, I think we kind of have to do it the two separate ways like I did it. For me, it's either the Walk has to be the top ranked or the bottom ranked, depending on if I'm thinking about the good of the city or the good of my personal whatever.
I think I'm going the same rating either way.
Mm-hmm. I know you don't like the Gilchrist in Gardner's Basin. So.
Like, you lose that Gilchrist, and there's still 3 other Gilchrists.
I personally don't love Back Bay. It's fine.
Right. Like, it's good, not great. Like,
it's good, not great.
I don't know if I'd even say it's good,
not
not great. Like, it's a cool spot.
It's a cool place to have a beer.
Yeah, it's a cool place to have a beer. It's a cool place, if you have, like, a po' boy or something, like, it's fine.
The food is fine. Right.
But it's not good, really. I wouldn't say it's as good as food we've gotten at
so you know what else is there?
dive bars in the city.
It's not the main Kelsey's, but there's, like, a second Kelsey's, I think, also in Gardner's Basin. Not in that, like, back area, but at the kind of front of Gardner's Basin, I think. Aren't there 2 Kelsey's in the city?
Is the other one Kelsey and Kim's?
I think that counts as Gardner's Basin.
It's not, like, way in the corner that I would really consider Gardner's Basin, but...
It's in the area where, like, that style of townhomes or whatever, like, obviously starts if you do the walk. It's clear that is Gardner's Basin.
All right. So is that the always once never segment?
We need to go to Kelsey sometime. Or Kelsey and Kim's. Either way. It's ridiculous we haven't been to either.
It's true.
Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, we haven't been to Chef Ola either.
That's probably more ridiculous. But I don't love Italian food, so.
It sounds very good, Chef Ola, but it's just so not my scene in lots of ways. So yeah. I don't know. It's not like high on my list or anything, which is weird considering how many people rate it the absolute number one.
And I know you do love Italian food, so.
I like it.
Oh, really? I thought it was one of your faves.
I mean, my wife really loves it, but...
I see.
I'd rather have, like, Mexican food.
I thought your wife really loved Asian, because we used to...
She does also really love Asian food.
Joke that if we ever went to EC together as families, like me and Andrea should go out to dinner, and you and Megan should go out, because your food tastes are more aligned.
That's probably true. I did go in the city and have Thai food, and I had a curry for the first time in my life, that's really shocking. It was amazing.
Thai curry is absolutely phenomenal.
It was one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life. It was duck curry.
It's ridiculous.
It was so good. Anyways.
Green, is my favorite color, I think, but very spicy. You should not have it spicy for your...
No, it was not spicy. It was very mild.
All right, done with that. The longest Always Once Never segment in history. We've talked about Matt Bridger. So the water park, the ticketing is back up. I know we mentioned last week that it was down, but it's back up, and you say that the prices have dropped $10.
Yeah, it was $100 weekdays and $110 weekends. It is now $89 weekdays and $99 weekends. July 24th, still the opening date. So I know you had mentioned when it came down before last episode that your speculation was that it meant that they weren't making July 24th.
Right. You said it's because they were lowering the prices.
But when you said they weren't making the date,
right.
I was like, no, that's absolutely right. It's absolutely that they aren't making the date. It's not the price change. But no.
That's the price change.
So when are we taking the families to this now totally reasonably priced $89 weekday experience?
I have no idea, man. I mean, so like, what's your situation? Like, I can go anytime. I can go off season. I think the problem with that is going to be that you don't get weekend comps up there, really, right?
I got some Friday comps at Ocean. I usually get Friday comps at Hard Rock.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we can go anytime then. Once school starts, we can go up on a...
Water park follow-up. There's an adults-only area with 2 swim-up bars and a regular dry bar where you don't have to be in a bathing suit. I guess you're in a bathing suit because you're in the water park. Anyway, Our friend Dave messaged me saying he thought that looked really cool, which I agree, but like there's already pools in Atlantic City with drink service, and I never go to any of them.
Exactly. And not only that, it's like going to be a better situation, I think. Like, I'd much rather be in a pool than in this. What I perceive to be, it's going to be like some sort of humid, like, biodome thing.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm with you. I'd much rather, like, 1,000 times over, go to the Borgata pool and go to their big beer thing there than go to this showboat thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds very cool. I just can't imagine I would ever go to this water park without the kids.
Why am I spending $110 to go to the water park?
It's $100.
Section or whatever.
Yeah. That's a good point. Like, I've been to Hershey Lodge multiple times, which it's basically just a really fancy indoor pool complex. It's got like a little splash area for the kids. It's got a couple of big slides. It's got some other little like water features. It's a very nice indoor pool. Mm-hmm. But it also has a little cantina. And let me tell you, go in, and my daughter, who can swim pretty well, she's swimming around having the time of her life. And I'm just drinking like Trogue's Perpetual IPA while she's at the pool. That's a great experience. So that's what I'm looking for in the water park.
Yeah.
If anything happens to my kid, I'm like, lifeguard, save my child. I can't swim because of intoxication.
Much like you, one of my children is very good at swimming, and the other one not so much. So
yeah, well, you just put the floaties on the other one.
Yeah, that's true.
How much water park talk will there be every episode from now until when it opens?
Probably less than there has been the last few episodes, I hope.
I'm going to make sure it dominates.
Perfect. All right, so there's some Q1 profit numbers. You've looked into it some. Why don't you run through it?
Okay, so this came out a few weeks ago. Overall, the casino profit, the EBITDA, as we've talked about, earnings before interest, tax.
Most legit sign of profitability, not a scam. But yeah, go ahead.
The casinos AC-wide were down almost 15% from Q1 of 2022.
Uh-huh.
The most profitable casino in Atlantic City in Q1 of 2023 was Ocean, $23.6 million, up 27.6% from Q1 of 2022. Borgata came in second, under $1 million behind, $22.8 million, but down 50% from 2022. Mm-hmm. Hard Rock in third, 22.2. So all clustered very close together. Hard Rock was down 17.5%. Mm-hmm. So top three, as you would expect, although not necessarily the order you'd expect. Ocean, run by a hedge fund, absolutely killing it. Resorts posted $284,000 operating loss, down from $527,000 profit in 2022. Golden Nugget posted $4.8 million profit. So should we be more concerned about resorts than Golden Nugget?
Okay, so two things, I think. One, I think it's pretty clear I already don't really care about these profitability numbers that much. And like, I care even less about one specific quarter's profitability numbers. But two, probably more importantly, remember Golden Nuggets includes their online now and Resorts does not. So unless this data has been corrected to add Resorts online because it's a totally different company, it's not an apples to apples comparison. Say Oceanborg and Hard Rock also include their online, but Resorts and Caesars don't. I think are the only two left now.
Sure. I'll trust you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to deal with like trying to normalize this data, and it's a horrific experience every year when I put the profitability data together. So, Golden Nugget used to have its own online wing as well, but they merged it back in with the company, I think, last year in like the middle of the year. That Golden Nugget number includes their online, which is basically pure profit because it's like so low overhead or whatever.
So GNOG was listed as another licensee in 2022, but not in 2023. So it was
exactly. It got merged in like May or June last year.
You're right. It's Resorts and Caesars that are not included. Everyone else is included.
Right.
Resorts Online made $15 million.
Okay. So Resorts made $15 million and Golden Nugget made $4.8 million. So, which makes it sound a bit different than it sounded before.
That's a very good point. And then Caesars also made around $15 million in 2023. Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit different. It's split over three properties, kind of, is the way I do it.
So, Bally's went from $6.8 million loss to $88,000 profit. All right. Cheers to Bally's.
Good for them.
One thing I'll say about Bally's and Resorts posting a loss, Bally's posting an extremely modest profit.
Right. Even though, like we said, like Resorts' loss is fake, they made a profit.
Ignoring these numbers, which I know that you would like to do.
Uh-huh.
If you just look at how they are acting, right? Resorts and Bally's are clearly investing more in the property than Golden Nugget is.
I think that's right. Yeah.
And so that shows you more of a sign of health, I think,
right,
than some random Q1 number.
Frankly, I think pretty much everyone in Atlantic City, with only a couple exceptions, is investing in the properties pretty well now. Like Golden Nuggets, I feel like isn't. Tropicana has like been way behind the other Caesars properties, I think.
You know what really hurts your profitability, though, also?
Making capital investments?
Deploying the capital dollars.
It does.
Terrible for the bottom line.
Right.
The other things I like to look at, occupancy rates, I think are a little bit more telling. I mean, this is obviously January, February, and March.
Right.
65% resort-wide.
That sounds kind of not bad, honestly.
It does not sound bad. Golden Nugget, 47%.
So what I don't know, though, is I'm sure they just close a lot of floors and stuff in the off-season, so probably that's not like as if every room were available.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
a
don't know
tough
that.
one. I'm not sure.
Let's talk about Borg. The water club is basically just closed, maybe except for weekends. Like, does that count as them being available all the time? Probably not. I don't think it should. So,
I mean, when you look at the list of rooms available, it lists everything.
Okay.
Like in the document. So I don't know, maybe.
oh, maybe it does then. If it does, that's like kind of a lot, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Hard Rock, 85%, by the way, in the winter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then everybody else is just like down this, like cascading down this range. Ocean 72, Caesar 70, Borg 66, Harris and Trop 60, Resorts 56, Bally's 55. I mean, Golden Nugget's really like the way low outlier, but yeah, it's pretty much like an even distribution all the way up to Hard Rock at 85%. The 85% is just insane.
Yeah.
And then average rate per occupied room. Ocean, the highest, $212.17 per occupied room. It's the only casino over $200.
That's crazy for Q1.
It's madness. Golden Nugget is the lowest, as you'd expect, at $113.15. Resorts, $114.36, so only $1 and change more. The combo of two, I think, that are crazy. Bally's, $170.90. Borgata, $174.52.
I mean, it makes sense to me. Bally's doesn't give me comps and Borg does, so like if I were to stay at them, it would cost me more money at Bally's.
So it's crazy that Bally's is only averaging $3.62 less per room. Obviously, Bally's 55% occupancy, Borgata 66% occupancy.
The crazy thing is that anyone's spending $175 to stay in a shitty Bally's room.
My question is this just strategy for them? Like they're willing to give up that 10% of occupancy or probably not even 5% and just get way more per room? Because they're charging a lot per room compared to a lot of other casinos.
Frankly, I think they have like some goodwill still because like we talked about, they are deploying the capital dollars, or at least they were last year after they bought Bally's. So yeah.
I wonder if Bally's is sort of just intentionally stingy with comped rooms, and
I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but certainly I haven't gotten any.
Yeah. I think right now I get Monday through Wednesday in the summer. That's a fun email. Any other thoughts on the profit?
Yeah, I don't really care.
All right. Good talk.
I think that leaves us with just one more discussion point, which is when are we going to AC? Either with or without family.
So the next time that I could possibly go, I think, is August 3rd, Thursday, to Friday, August 4th, or Saturday, August 5th. I think the ideal scenario for me would be to go some Thursday afternoon, evening to either Friday evening or like Saturday morning, which doesn't sound amazing.
It doesn't sound that amazing, honestly. You gotta at least do, Thursday morning to Saturday morning, or, Thursday afternoon to Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I could probably do that. Thursday afternoon to Saturday afternoon.
I mean, I'm probably going to leave it, Friday night or 8 a.m. Saturday morning or something, but you have to stay. I would also almost certainly leave first thing Thursday morning if we did that, so to come down to AC.
I would probably only
just don't have to leave, right?
The afternoon off on Thursday, and then Friday I wouldn't have to take a day. That's the advantage of doing Thursday, like evening to Friday.
So that's why you can do Fridays only, pretty much. Is it like just an off day for you normally, or?
In the summer, we condense our work week.
Okay.
And do 9-hour days, 4 days a week, and then get Fridays off.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's a nice way to be able to do an extra day.
So, okay.
A weekday day.
Makes sense why you're telling me that you can only do Thursday night.
Yeah, instead of Tuesday night.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is actually much better for me. Like, if I have to work only one day in a week, I'd probably prefer it be Friday, because we have our big team meeting on Friday, but I mean, I can skip it. It's fine.
Aim for that day, 8-3?
Yeah. Pencil it in.
Are we going to the water park? That's the other question.
No. Unless we're taking families, which is a totally different trip then, but...
That's true. You don't want to just be getting really drunk and going to the water park?
If we were to take families in the summer, that's probably actually a good weekend for me, but... No, I'm not going to the water park if it's just us. I mean, you guys can go to the water park, but... That's
true. I'll be at the Lucky Snake.
Not I.
And then what's going to happen? I'm going to be at the Lucky Snake, and then I'm going to be like, it would be awesome going to the adult-only pool for $100.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go do that instead of going to whatever casino pool I'm staying at.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's aim for that. I'll try to get very, very advanced
Yeah.
yes on the calendar for that.
All right. I'll talk to some of our friends. I know our buddy Taylor who wants to go to AC sometime. I'll see if he's around that weekend.
Yeah, Dave has hinted that he may be in New Jersey already and has asked for a ride, which I might be able to do. I mean, I would probably still have to rent a car because I don't think I'll have a car yet. But
yeah, come on. Got to get a car. Got to do that first thing. I mean, you know what I hear? You're never more flush with cash than after when you buy a house and have to make a down payment.
That's true. The amount of money we've sunk into this house that we don't even live in yet is driving me a little bit insane. Anyways, you have a mystery topic here on the agenda, which has magically been moved from its own item to under next AC trip.
It is. So I think we've danced around this a little bit in the past, but I just want to bring it up and flesh it out a little bit. So I personally, and like, I feel like you've been this as well, but like, I personally was in a funk for quite a few years, like in terms of gambling and how it was going and like maybe how excited I was by the prospect, but I feel like sort of reinvigorated now. And I know we've talked about the general idea, but for me specifically, I think my slot to table game play ratio was like been way off since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And I think it started with that trip we did like the first day of the pandemic or whatever, basically, when like I was effectively not comfortable to sit at a full table with people back then when we didn't really know much. And, you know, I think it was probably the right decision in retrospect. And I played slots the whole trip and had a horrible time and left way early.
And then we came back and then it was plexiglass everywhere.
Right. Which was also terrible. And so, like, I don't know. Yeah, I got into this slot habit or whatever, and I don't enjoy it. There's nothing about it I like. Both Vegas, like, I played quite a bit more table games than I'd been playing recently. And the thing that brought this up is I was looking at my MGM win-loss, which they put out throughout the year, which is nice. Most places only give you one at the end of the year. And, you know, it said on my Vegas trip, I was up over $800 in table game and down like $1,700 in slots. So for me, slots have been just nothing but a money hole, like every time I've ever played them, and that includes video poker too. It's just one of those things that I feel like I'm in a lot more sustainable position, like, and I'm just going to play like way more table games than I have been playing. And I know you feel kind of the same, but the opposite, right?
So in our Vegas talk, I said, like, it's fine to just be a slot player, and I'm just going to lean into that.
Which I think it's kind of you in some way.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that in my first few years of going to AC, like, I would look back at my little gambling log and be like, oh man, if I had never played a single machine, whether it was video poker or slots, I would have been up for the trip. But lately, like, I honestly can't remember the last time I sat at a table and cashed out with more money than I put in. I know it's happened maybe once in the past, like, literally 3 or 4 years. I'm sure it's happened, but it is almost always just losing my buy-in, which is just, you know, when I'm trying to have less of a gambling budget anyway, your money just doesn't go very far. But the more I think about it, the more I feel like I do really enjoy Pai-Gow poker, although everything's gone to face up now. I do really enjoy Pai-Gow tiles. I'm wondering if I should just forget about craps. Like, I've been sort of thinking like, oh, I should just save a good portion of my gambling budget for one craps session, and maybe I should just be like, you know what, forget about the craps thing.
I think for you, craps probably just isn't your game in some way, and like maybe you can buy in with me. I'll be like 2/3 and you can be 1/3 or something like that, and you can enjoy it that way, but I don't think you should play craps, personally.
I feel the same way as I feel about blackjack. I love it at $5, like craps, blackjack $10 basically. But when you're talking about $25 at pretty much every table, like, it's just too much for me. So, yeah, I need to remember, though, that, you know, Pai-Gow poker, Pai-Gow tiles, like, nice slow games. I can do this. I also realize I should go at least play some blackjack somewhere. I don't really want to play $25 blackjack, so I don't know where that's going to happen. But it's been so long since I played blackjack, when that was, like, such the focus of my table game play when I first started going to AC. It can be a very, like, fun, nice experience to be, like, sitting and playing blackjack with people that you like. It's a very awful experience to play with strangers who are annoying, but it just seems crazy that I haven't done it in so long. So I'm sort of, like, coming off of my just full slots only, video poker only sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, as much as I enjoy, like, good slots and I really love video poker, like, when it goes bad, it's, like, I feel like sort of soul crushing in a way that maybe table games are not.
I mean, for me too, like, I know my luck in slots has been, like, absolutely horrible. I mean, I think it's clear from, you know, how many Royals have you hit? 2 or 3 or whatever. And, like, you know, I've surely played far more video poker hands than you. And if it's 0, how many times have you made a bet that's 1/10 the size of mine and gotten like a $400 or $500 win?
In slots?
Yeah.
Only once have I got a $700 win on Buffalo. I don't think I've ever had any other $400 wins, but it is crazy because
Okay, how about like $200 wins?
A lot. So I've had a lot of like $150, $200 wins.
I bet 10 times the amount you do. I have never gotten a hand pay in my life.
Yeah, and that is crazy. Even watching other people, like even watching like the Matt Bridger vlogs where he's playing, $5 a spin and then he gets a bonus and it's $80 or it's $120. It really makes you realize like, wow, I've been really lucky at times to be on 60-cent, 75-cent bets.
Yeah. So when we're at Golden Nugget and I hit that $800 bonus, I'm pretty sure that's the biggest bonus I've ever hit in my life. And that was on like, probably an $8 spin or whatever. So it's like you hitting a $80 bonus, which is like not noteworthy at all, right?
Right, exactly. And so that's a funny thing also about people who post in the Facebook groups. I mean, obviously, like, congratulations on the hits. It's great. Like, but when people post, I hit for $8,000 or something, and then you see that they're betting $25 a spin, it's like, okay, well,
right.
If I was betting 50 cents a spin, that's like what, 160 or something like that. I don't know if that math works out, but it sounds right in my head.
No.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like if you're betting way, way higher, you're going to get much, much bigger wins, but it doesn't seem like it actually correlates to where like, oh, I'm going to win 100 times as much if I bet 100 times as much on bonus.
It doesn't seem like it.
Although, I mean, penny slots, like penny denomination slots are like by far the highest dosage in the casino, right? Like you're statistically should be better off going to nickels or higher than that. So I don't know.
Anyway, I'm excited about gambling. I think I've got my new strategy down. I'll still be willing to burn $100 a day, in some bad slot machine or whatever, but no more than that.
Also, I think you have this feeling maybe that you need to like wander around with me and do my wandering and play slots, and I don't think you do.
I agree with you. I think that's part of the problem.
I'm perfectly happy doing my wandering solo while you play table games. If anything, I would feel unburdened by feeling pressure to stop wandering around and actually do something.
If we have like 4-person trips all the time, then it's not a problem anymore.
It's true. I'll just be at the video poker bar the entire time, forgetting to tip my bartender.
Only at Hard Rock.
Only at Hard Rock, because they give you good drinks. I get too drunk to tip. That's why you got to tip 20 up front, and then you're done.
All right. Well, anyway, I think that's all we've got for this episode. So if you want to reach out to us or any of our other listeners, you can do so at our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/DoForAWin. Find all of our great content at doforawin.com. How's our shirt remodel going?
It's going great. I'm really working on it. I'm working with the design team.
Yeah.
We're really pushing through some great ideas.
I mean, that's like probably the most important thing in your life right now, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really inspired by the Baltimore City Connect jerseys. So that's the direction I'm going for the design.
And you should be inspired by, you can bet on that actually apparently being close to releasing shirts. So
are they really?
Yeah, that's the rumor.
Interesting.
Dr. Mike is the one that actually has apparently made the design or whatever. So we'll see.
Now I feel a competitive nature to really push through and make sure it happens.
There you go. That's how it happens. You can reach out to Craig on Twitter at DoForAWin or me at Kyle Askin and send Craig questions to doforwin@gmail.com so he can ignore your email.
Exactly. You should be honored if I ignore your email.
That's true. Just letting you guys know, I think we'll be on hiatus for probably something like 3 weeks. Just because I know you've got a lot of stuff going on in your life right now because you're moving into a new house. Into the burbs. Yep, into the suburbs. No more city life for me. Buying a car, going to Atlantic City every weekend. It is one of the things that I'm very excited about having a house. Is just having a car. Pulling out of my driveway. Not just, when you rent the car or whatever to go to Atlantic City, just drive around for 45 minutes looking for parking when you get home. I know. Yeah, that was awful. Like the rental car thing is convenient in theory, but then I've rented a car from Newark Airport. Took forever. Mm-hmm. I had to park once in Hoboken at the end of it. Took forever. My last experience was pretty seamless, renting out of Jersey City. Like that was actually about as quick door to door as I think I've ever made it. All right. You have any last words, Craig? I don't think so. All right. Well, like I said, unless I put something special together, which you never know, it'll probably be like mid-July before you hear from us again. But we'll surely be spending that time thinking of you, our faithful listeners. We'll be planning an Atlantic City trip. I hope so. A massive Atlantic City get-together. Friday night meetup. August 4th? At the water park. Got to call up Tower Investments, get us some good deals on group admission. Yeah. Maybe we'll get the hookup. We're not going to get the hookup. We've burned that bridge, I think. All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you in 3 weeks. Our next podcast is going to be the week of the 10th.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Maybe I can try to do something. Have my second self-produced podcast in history.
Solo trip to AC.
Solo podcast.
Record live from AC.